Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Degeneration Podcast, episode 21, the podcast for the degenerate generation. And, do I have announcements today? Yes, I very do. If that was English. I have a song coming out soon. I'm waiting on some people to get back on me for some stuff. But as soon as I get back from those people, I'll be releasing it. It's already up on YouTube. It's just unlisted right now. It's Shadow's Reprise. So I fixed a lot of the problems I had in my last raps. So yeah, I'm really excited to drop it. I think it's good. Hope you guys think it's good. But Neko's gonna say it's trash again, of course. But that's just how things go. Do I have my chat box? Oh god. Chat box is not lined up correctly. Oh, okay. Hey, actually, funnily enough, I just got back for one, so... Hey, so we'll have that up later. Yes, very shit. Yeah, thanks, Beneko. Thanks for the encouragement, man. Appreciate it. Anyway. Other stuff, I'm working on a Wellerman collab with a few people that I mentioned yesterday. Dimension Eliana, Nefarious, Raymond Castile, Vivachan the Dragon, and me. All on the Wellerman. We're working that out. Me and Nefarious and Roar are all working on a rap song. We haven't put too much work in because everyone's been super busy with everything. But hopefully we can get that stuff out so y'all can enjoy that. I will have more music dropping as soon as I can get my head out my ass and actually do it. But yes, I'm really excited for Shadow's Reprise because I took a long time on the mixing this time. I've used everything I've learned since Dizaflow and Authors Rising a few months ago, or a month ago now. But yeah. Anyway, for the actual episode of the Degeneration Podcast, my co-host is not here. We're called him in. Gotta be there. Can't miss it for a shitty podcast on Saturdays. But here with us today, we have our guest, Izitto.
Welcome to the Degenerate Podcast. I'm joking. That's not really my accent. I think a lot of people are probably expecting that know South Africa. Hi there. I am this pseudo co-host for the day. Not really. I'm the I don't know what did I say about myself. I'm VTuber.
Yes, you're a VTuber. You stream on YouTube.
Yeah, I stream on YouTube. Izitto CH. Like every single VTuber ever on YouTube does.
Why do people do that on YouTube only? I've never seen that on Twitch, ever.
I have no idea, but it just kind of works. Just leave it in. If it works, it works.
I mean, yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But hello, Beneko, exactly. And hello, Kiki the Geeky. But yeah, so you're a VTuber from South Africa. That's a thing I don't see every day.
There are a few of us, but
really?
But we're not many. But I think I know about 8 other people. One of them is 2 of them is relatively big. But yeah, we're not many. We're quite a rare bunch.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it's VTuber from South Africa. All right, cool. I like his design. His design's very unique. I actually have never seen a VTuber with actually that looks like your design, except for maybe one. Kind of similar, I guess, but
there's another VTuber that has a similar design. What's his name? Cabal. He's a pretty good VTuber. He does horror stories and stuff. It's pretty good.
That's probably
I recommend him.
How many languages does he speak? Oh, go into your languages. Go into your languages.
How many languages do I speak? So I speak Afrikaans and I speak English and okay, so this is hilarious because in South Africa we have 11 official languages and I speak 2 of them. It's great.
I could not. You said you understand Dutch too, right?
Yeah, I understand Dutch because it's very similar to Afrikaans. So
Mm.
if there's any Dutch people in chat, I can kind of understand you. Wait, tell me something cute in Afrikaans. Okay, I
Yeah,
got this. I got this. Okay,
flirt with
so
her in Afrikaans. You're getting a simp. You're getting
I
simped
don't
right
I don't
now.
know I don't know if this word is really appealing to English people that don't know the language at all, but apparently to South African people who only speak English and don't speak Afrikaans, this word is very cute, and it's pantoffels, and it means slippers, yeah, they're slippers that you go to which you use to wear with your pajamas. Uh,
Pantofos? I
pantoffels. I don't know
pantofos.
why, but apparently people love that word. Those South African
It.
people that don't speak Afrikaans.
He's like, I love it. I think it may be because it kind of sounds like beautiful a little bit. A little bit.
I don't
Parts of
know.
the word,
Oh
I
yeah,
guess.
let me explain something really cute about Afrikaans. We've got like small versions of words. So if you, this is
Hey, thank
difficult
you,
to
Sugar
explain.
Buddy, for the host. What were you saying?
Okay, so in Afrikaans we've got small versions of words. So if there's like a, okay, let me try and think of an example. If you have a dog, the Afrikaans word for dog is hond. But if you add e to the end, winky. And you also change the pronunciation of some words a little bit. So winky is means a small dog or like a puppy. If you have a if you have a cat, it's cat, very similar to to English. But if you add ki to the end, it changes to kaiki, small kitten, or like yeah, kitten, I guess. So
Ah.
if you just add ki to a word, then at the end, then it means like small version of it.
It's like Spanish adding ito to anything to make it tiny.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool.
it's actually quite similar.
I don't know any Spanish, so that's cool now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Um,
poquito means a little bit. Uh, I don't know, just like my grandparents, anything, just slap ito on the back of it and it's immediately tiny.
okay. What else do we have in Afrikaans at school? I don't know. We have a word that has so many meanings, but it just means like yes, hello, and it's slang, but it's still a word, and everybody will here in South Africa will understand it. It doesn't matter of the language. It's cool. It's the word is awe. If you say
Oh,
awe,
yeah?
then somebody's like, oh yeah, hi, how's it going? It's like yeah, it means like
Is
hey,
it away?
hey bro. Away. That's how you
Away?
pronounce it. It's
Yeah? Did I say it right?
uh,
Away?
yeah, away. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Um, so it depends on how you say it. You're like away, and it's like, hey, if you're like in a workplace and you're like, how's your day? And like, away, how's your day? And it's like, my day was great. How was yours? Yes, it was okay. And then somebody else walks up and it's like, hey, you got that tool I need? And it's like, away, and it means yes. It's got like multiple meanings depending on how you use it.
Uh-huh.
But
It's
also,
kind of similar to Japanese a little bit. Like the pronunciation changes the meaning of the word.
it's not. You can. Oh, it's more. It's more like the tone of how you use it. Like you can say
Like the
if you're like
situation or
away, and it's the
context.
thing. Yeah, or the context. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably context is more important. So if you're like away, and it's like, hey, how are you? Kind of like, or like, hey, my bro. I don't know. It's like to call somebody. Or you can just like say like, do you have this? And you're like, oh wait, I have it. Language is cool. I'm reading your
Yeah.
chat as well.
Yeah. Language is really weird. It's like English where like all of our words have like double meanings. So
I
the word read slash read is
yeah
read as read and read, but you have read. It's stupid. It's so stupid.
yeah. This is YouTuber on well on YouTube that does like shorts. I
Hmm.
think he might also be on TikTok. I don't know. But what he does is he compares French to English, and it's like French is so stupid in this way, but it's like well in English you have this that's even like just as stupid as the French thing for
Yeah.
this. And like for like people who speak other languages, it's so stupid. But like for somebody who speaks English, it's like yeah, that makes sense. I
Makes
understand that.
sense. Can you explain it? Well, here's a diagram in like 4 books how to explain this. It's like,
Yeah,
why?
I learned English in the third grade. Well, like before that, I could speak English because English is everywhere, like on the TV and everything. You
Oh
you
yeah.
see English everywhere. But I only learned how to spell in English in the third grade, and it was so strange to adapt from my home language to that. I was like, what is this? Doesn't make sense. It's like, what are these rules? Like, what the hell? And somebody's like, well, if you were English and you're trying to learn Afrikaans, then it would be like the same thing. And I was like, I don't understand it. As I got older, I
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't have understood that. That doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the more I learn about other languages, the more I'm like, wow, all these languages are just as fucked as mine. Like I've been learning Japanese recently.
Ah, yeah.
Less so recently because I've been super busy, but like just recently I've been learning Japanese, and they have three alphabets. One of the alphabet is so big that they forget
Yeah.
letters exist, that they
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
characters
kanji.
exist. Yeah, kanji. Um, Most of the characters are just ripped from China, from Mandarin.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
isn't that kanji? I'm pretty sure that is kanji that's ripped from China.
yeah,
Well, maybe I'm wrong.
or well, it's their entire language
Yeah.
because of how the country was formed and their language was formed. But yeah, and just kanji. From this is a quote from a person who lives in Japan. The government can tell you how to spell your name in kanji. It's like really? If the
Uh,
kanji for your name goes obscure, the government just makes up a new one. It's like
wow.
what?
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 Okay, that makes no sense. Yeah, at
I
least
don't
it's
know.
not that difficult for us. No, Afrikaans is not that. Afrikaans is very easy. If you want to compare to Japanese or Chinese, if you, it's probably just as difficult to learn Dutch as Afrikaans, I would say. Yeah. So,
I
but
don't.
our language is quite cool because we've got okay. The origin of our language is not that cool because some of these words came from the slaves from I think it's Indonesia, where our word for banana comes from. So
Ah,
in Dutch, it's very similar to banana. I think it's almost pronounced exactly the same. But in Afrikaans, it's pisang, which is, I think, I think it's Indonesian. If from Indonesian
Isang.
slaves.
Hmm.
Yeah. So and that's like normal for us. But once I learned it was like from there, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of dark.
Yeah, a lot of language just comes from dark places.
Yeah, they're like old English words that just changed into new words, and like, why did it change like that? And I can't remember. There was one word I looked up and was like, oh, okay, that's a bit weird. I didn't expect that.
Oh my god, there's a whole song about English words that sound like racial slurs. It's
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, it's
I need
like
to listen to that one day.
I'm not gonna try to rehearse it because I'll probably get banned on Twitch for saying words that are similar. But you know, maybe
I've
go over it.
listened to some of your music, and I like your latest song on YouTube. I don't know if
Oh,
you have maybe you said earlier in the announcements you have a new one coming.
yeah, I have a new one
Um,
coming. Disaflow, you're talking about, right? Or yeah, I
uh,
uploaded Disaflow last.
wait, let me quickly check.
That was
I
more
think
of
it's
a
that
just
one.
like a fun, like fast flow thing I wanted to try out.
Oh no, the one I'm talking about is all on my head.
Oh, that was the first one I uploaded. I uploaded that as
Oh,
like
maybe.
a event.
Oh,
Yeah.
my. I'm reading the what you call it, the list the wrong way around. So I see the first one is the last one, and the last one is the first one. Anyway, I really liked the
Oh
one.
well.
I really liked it.
Well, thank you. How much did I pay him to compliment me? You have no fucking clue.
Bro, I'm loaded now. Thanks.
Dude,
But okay, okay,
I
okay, fine.
spent
I
our
have
entire
criticism.
defense budget on this. All right.
I do have criticism.
Oh yeah.
I do.
Go ahead. Tear it apart. I want to know exactly why it's shit.
I,
I know why it's shit,
I
but I want to hear it from other people.
Okay, okay, I'm not a musical connoisseur. Yeah, I'm not a musical connoisseur or expert really, so I can't really say
Hmm.
what bothers me about it. But the first, what's it like, half or quarter? Yeah, I think it was. No, let's say third. The first third really bothered me. It kind of sounded too soft, and something was off about it. But the latter part about it was really good. I thought that was like, oh, I'll listen to this. But yeah, that's my criticism. I'm not. I don't know how to describe it.
I think I can actually
But yeah,
tell you what bothered you. I think I can tell you.
probably.
Okay, so it wasn't the fact that it was soft, but the thing about it is that when I recorded that song, I didn't have the audio setup I have right now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the soft audio was bouncing from my desk into my mic. So because I was speaking so softly, the mic was also picking up the reflected sound. So it sounds like shit. It sounds absolute garbage.
You're
It's the
probably
same.
right.
It's the same thing with my debut rap. It's just the audio sounds like garbage.
But I will say, what's the song name again? Oh, I'm so bad with names. All in my head, I do like the song. The latter part of the song is pretty good, which is funny because I'm not a huge fan of rap. I only got into rap recently. I think. Do you know the artist Nujab? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Japanese artist. Nugabe. Nujab.
New Jab.
assume I'm pronouncing.
I'm be honest with you. I don't listen to J artists a lot. I only
can
listen to
say-
like two J artists, and that's
I-
that's Demon Dice and the group Fake Type. So
All right, he's a Japanese DJ, but he gets a lot of rappers to like. Well, he did get a lot of rappers to like make songs with him, and I really liked his song. Well, his beat with the rappers that did songs with him. I felt. Yeah, I kind of like the slow rap, the not too fast, not like the Eminem type of style rap, where it's like trying to rap as fast as you can type of thing. I kind of like the how would you just describe it? Like kind of like soul music type of thing, where it's like very slow, almost jazz-like type of background music.
wait, okay, what is it called? The
The artist or
the artist, yeah.
it's spelled Nujabe. Do you want me to pop it in Discord as well?
Well, is there an S?
No, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
there's
how
an S. Aurorian Dance, Model Soul.
There's one. There's one. I think it's
Is this?
an EP called Lovesick. I really love that. It's like a few parts song. Well, not really song, but
Yeah,
it's like
this-
every song like continues from the other one, kind of type of thing. It's almost like a story.
Love Sick. Let's see. Oh, Love
yeah,
Sick. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
spelled
see it
wrong,
here.
but yeah. Yeah, so you can listen to that on your own time if you want, but I like that type of rap. That's like my style of rap that I would listen to usually. So like the slower type of like,
Slower,
okay,
more
you
chilled out
can,
stuff.
yeah, you can kind of compare it to Maury Calliope's "Cursed Night." You know that song?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
one of my favorites
yeah.
by her.
Yeah, same. I've been listening to it so much in like the past few days. I've been listening on a repeat. I'm like, I have a problem. I have a legit
Hey,
problem. And
Mystic
I'm like,
Hollows. God.
Mystic
Mystic
Hollows.
Hollows, yeah.
I didn't recognize it right now, so I'll look it
No,
up.
it's this person in chat.
Oh, never mind. I
Yeah.
thought you were referring
No,
to something.
no.
What's up?
Maury Calliope. Yeah. God, I just relate to what's it called, Cursed Night, so much. It's probably my second or first or second favorite on her first EP.
I think
the
it's my
Deadbeats EP.
I think it's my all-time favorite song that she's ever released. Yeah, I think I can say that because
Maybe.
it's like it lines up with the type of rap I like. So yeah, but
Okay.
to change the subject a little bit, do you have any questions about South Africa that you would possibly have? Anything really? I am completely open right now. What do you want to know?
All right.
Because a lot of people don't know anything about South Africa, especially people from America. But yeah, throw any question you have at me.
All right. First thing, most important thing. What's the most important thing?
I don't know.
What do you think is the most important thing someone needs to know if they were to go to South Africa as an American?
Don't take a taxi. I've met an American before, very close to my home, who got mugged on a taxi.
Oh,
And, and he was like, "Hey, can you spare $5? Yeah, I just want to get a lift to the embassy. Oh, not a lift, a bus to the embassy." I'm like, "What do you mean? You're American. What? You probably have like tons of money. You're a tourist in South Africa. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "No, I." Okay, so there's a very popular surfing spot near me, and he said no. He took the taxi there and came back, but on the way back, he got mugged. I was like, "Why did you take a taxi? Didn't somebody tell you not to take a taxi?" And he was like, "No, somebody did warn him, but he just thought it would be okay."
oh my God.
I'm like, if a local warns you, don't take a taxi, and you take a taxi anyway,
Hey, that's your
I
fault
don't know.
at that point.
Just take an Uber. And he's like, "Why didn't you take an Uber?" And he's like, "No, but I just thought it'd be okay." I'm like, "Because it's cheaper." I'm like, "Ah, you're such an idiot." I'm like, "I don't have any money. I'm a student. What am I gonna do?" I'm like, and he's like, "No, it's just $5." I'm like, "Listen, I'll open my wallet for you. Look, I don't have any money." And he started like shouting at me. He's like, "Yeah, oh, it's because I'm American." I'm like, "What are you on about? What the hell?"
Oh my
It's
God.
like everybody in this country hates me and whatever. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's just people. Just people being
Tourist,
people.
man.
Tourists.
Tourist.
Honestly, yeah. I get that
So
whole
that-
thing. Like, I actually used to go to Mexico every year because I'm Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, no. The whole, like, stupid American thing, I get it. I entirely
Yeah.
get it. God damn, we're still fucking stupid. We are
Nah,
dense motherfuckers.
it's not even Americans. It's like tourists of the
Just
of
tourists
South
in
Africa. It's like
general.
and because they think it's like exaggerated. Like some things like. Yeah, there's areas in South Africa you can go to and you'll be perfectly fine, safe, and everything. But there's also areas you can go to you could die. I mean, that's true for most third world countries. Come on. But yeah, the thing about the American getting stuck there was just so funny. I was like, I feel sorry for you, but I can't help you because I'm literally broke right now. I think I was at the gym. Yeah, I was at the gym. I'm going home. This is before COVID. And I was like, I don't know. Oh yeah, your chat is asking how's your day been?
How's my day?
I'm
I've been
reading
doing
chat as
good.
well.
Yeah, I was waiting for a spot like in between our conversation to look at chat, but how's your day been? It's been pretty good. Lucky my whole family is Mexican, never gone because I don't have a passport. Why don't you have a passport? Just get a passport. Get a passport, nerd. Got him. All right. Anyway, no, just go get a passport. You can get one from like the. Actually, wait. How much? Wait, do you have to pay for a passport?
How
I'm
difficult is it
19.
to get
I've
a
never had to
passport?
get my own passport.
How difficult is it to get a passport in Mexico? Because when you're in South Africa, oh, you have to take like a day off to go to home affairs. So I don't know if it's called something else in the US and Mexico, but in South Africa you have like you have a government office called Home Affairs for like internal affairs. So if you need to get a passport and an identification card or anything like that, you go there. You need to go get it. And it takes the whole day, and you'll get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you'll leave at like 4 o'clock.
Why
It's
is wait
insane.
wait? Let me fix my model really quick. My model looks
Yeah.
very sad. Hold up. I'm not sad.
Sheesh, there's so many mosquitoes in my room. Why? Stay
All
away.
right, I'm back. I'm smiling.
All right.
But yeah, we have what's called a DMV, where we get all of our stuff. So
I think I've heard that in movies before.
yeah, it's not very well. There's the DMZ and there's the DMV. They're two different things, but like the DMV is where we just go get like our licenses and stuff, and like passports and stuff.
I forgot it says I'm the first foreigner, I think.
Yeah,
on this
you are
podcast.
definitely the first foreigner here. Definitely first foreigner. After we had to check before, but yeah, you're the first guy.
I claim that card. I wear it with pride.
Yeah,
So
especially
yeah,
from South Africa. Like I was thinking it was gonna be like Australia or like Britain. Nah, DMVs are so boring. True. Fuck, man.
Uh,
Fuck DMVs.
the other, the other day I saw a tweet somebody made, and it said, "What is the difference between Australia and South Africa?" And I was like, and it had the hashtag VTuber thing, and I was like, "Oh no, this is aimed at me." I'm like, "Oh no, what do I say?" I'm like thinking, okay, we have a lot of differences. I'm like, okay, the crime rate's higher. Oof, no, I don't know anything really. We're pretty much the same.
Really?
Yeah, okay, well, third world countries, the crime rate's gonna be higher, more poverty, you know? It's just natural. But yeah. But yeah, but the area I live, it's kind of dodgy, but it's fine. Okay, so I live in an okay area, but like a kilometer away from me, it's kind of dodgy area. So those elements sometimes come in here, but I don't know. I'm usually fine. Usually, they don't bother me too much.
Yeah, like I think some places have it bad, and then I remember back to when I went to Mexico, where I literally stayed in a stone house.
Wow.
I literally stayed in that was Querétaro. Yeah, it was in Querétaro. The house was literally made of stone.
All right.
I mean, we had like it was furnished and everything. It had like wood flooring and stuff, but like it was still made of stone. We got our bread out of some dude's house across the street, who like half their house was oven.
I have a funny story that kind of ties in with kind of ties in with that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so a few what was now, like 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, a couple of friends and I we took a road trip across the country because we were like, we live in this one part of the country, but the country's quite big. For anybody who doesn't know, South Africa is about.
Oh yeah.
How would I scale this? Is it kind of similar to Mexico? No, I think it's a little bit smaller than Mexico. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe let's say maybe on the same size as Mexico. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't know what country to compare it with. But anyway, it's quite a big country. No, maybe it's a bit bigger. I don't know. Anyway, we got on a road trip. We take 2 cars and three.
Mexico's about the same width as South Africa.
Oh yeah,
it's a little bit more stretched out. Yeah, it's a bit more stretched out, but yeah.
Okay, so basically what we do is we take 2 cars, 3 people in one car, 2 people in the other car. And anyway, so the one car is carrying more luggage and stuff, and the other one's carrying more people. So it's me and 4 other friends, and we go to this one place because we had like 5 stops, I think. And one of the stops is called Coffee Bay. Like Coffee Bay. Anyway, we stopped there. No, we didn't stop there. We turned off from the highway, and there's a sign that says 40 kilometers per hour, but it's like another hour before we get to the campsite, and we're like, no, but we're not gonna drive 40 kilometers for an hour. Wait, okay, you guys are in miles. What's 40 kilometers in miles? I think it's like 25 miles maybe per hour. It's like really slow. It's like insanely slow.
Yeah, it's about 25 miles per hour. Jesus.
So it's like you have to drive 25 miles per hour. Yeah, I'm like this is nuts. Come on. Okay, so I don't know if
wait, that's a big question that I have to ask before you move on. Do you guys do that thing where it says 25, but all of you go 35? Is that just an American thing?
35. Okay, so how fast is that in kilometers?
Wait. That would be.
We don't.
That'd be 48. That'd be 48. So like it says 40 kilometers, but you're going 48. Like, do you do that, or is that just an American thing?
That's such a small difference. I would say.
It's like 10. It's a 10 mile per hour difference, or almost 10 kilometer per difference.
Okay, just give me a second.
Oh wait, never mind. My bad. I calculated it incorrectly. 56. Like it says 40, but you're going 56. Like
56. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was
Is
just
that
googling it.
normal?
I was googling it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's about the right conversion. Yeah, some people do that. I won't say who, but yeah, that does happen very often. And you just slow down
Like
when you see the camera.
5 to 10 over the speed limit is pretty much the norm in America.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So the rule usually is, all here in South Africa is, if you're going 30 kilometers per hour over, then you still have some time to slow down. But generally, you're supposed to go only 10 kilometers per hour over. So you've got like a 30 kilometers per hour ballpark. Which I don't know how to convert. It's a bit difficult to convert to miles per hour. But anyway, it's quite fast. You wouldn't really be able to. But it's like kind of like generally what you have in your head, and you're like, it's never gonna work out realistically, but you still do it anyway.
yeah,
And then you
pretty
get some
much.
people that go like triple the speed limit, and it's like, oh well, okay. If
Oh,
somebody else is doing it, then I might as well as
oh my
well.
god, that's the
And you
thing.
just like
It's like
follow.
on the highway over here. It's like
Yeah.
yeah, as long as like there's no cops around, go as fast as like the next guy to you, and the
Yes.
next guy over will be like going 90 in like a 60-mile zone. It's like, well, okay.
How much is wait? Let me quickly Google how much 90
uh,
is.
uh,
I got 90. It's about wait, why
90,
is the number?
144 kilometers in
Yeah, that
like
sounds
a
about right.
96 kilometer mile zone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
What you usually do is you follow for about a kilometer after. No, not a kilometer. Okay, of what measurement do you guys use? Okay, so
We
we
use
use meters. We
meters.
use meters, so say about like 50 meters behind the guy in front of you. You see red lights, like his brake lights, and you're like, oh, okay, it's a camera, and you like also start slowing down. That's
Yeah,
about
just
that's
just
usually.
use metric. So I'll do the conversions because I have
All
it up.
right, all
Just use
right.
metric.
I apologize. We don't measure in washing machines.
Yeah, we don't.
Um,
You guys don't mention in footballs per Browning high power.
yeah, no, we use a civilized measuring
Uh,
system. Sorry.
Football fields per moon landing. No,
Nope. Sorry. Doesn't sound familiar.
God.
Um. All right. So yeah. What are we talking about? How do we get? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're
Okay.
talking
So
about
my
your road
road
trip.
trip.
Your road trip. My bad. I
Wow.
sidetracked us so hard.
That was
Uh,
quite a tangent. Okay. So what happened was, okay. So we turn off, and before this, I didn't do much research. And my family, I think one of my family members have been there before, and I'm like, okay, cool. How is it there? And like, it's okay. But they didn't realize we weren't going in SUVs. We were going in like our cars. I have a
ACV.
not a SUV. I don't have an SUV or
What's
like
an
a
ACV?
SUV is like a mom wagon. I don't know what you would
Oh,
call it. Like,
SUV. I thought you said
eh,
ACV. I was like,
uh,
what?
it's
ACV.
probably just my pronunciation.
Is this like some armored vehicle or something? I was just lost. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, so they seemed to have like something like a Jeep or something, and I was like, okay, cool. So it's fine, right? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. I don't know if you guys use the same terminology. If it's a hole in the road, do you also call it a pothole?
Yeah. Yeah, we call pothole.
Okay, okay. So potholes in South Africa are notoriously very big, but my general area, it's not as big as I. The ones there aren't as big as I imagined. Okay, so there was part of the road where the potholes were as big as my car, like
What?
literally as big as my car. There was like chunks
fuck?
away from the road, and it's like half of the road gone, and they poured tar like next to the road, and it's like made a road next to where the road was, but it's like a big crater in the ground.
What?
And I'm like, and I'm
Instead
like,
of filling the hole, they just made a
Yeah.
road next to their already existing road.
so I asked somebody about this, and I was like, what the hell's going on over here? Why didn't they fix it? And like, they dead ass said to me, somebody just took that piece of tar, broke it out and put it on their own driveway. I'm like, are you serious? And like, yeah, that's what they do.
Someone
I'm like,
just stole the road.
but not all of it. Not some of it is from like natural, like raining and then sinkhole, you know.
Yeah.
But others parts are like stolen. I'm like,
This is
what?
some Despicable Me type shit. Like, I'm gonna steal the roads.
But the thing is, for the first 5 kilometers of the road, you didn't see that. It's like a normal road, but it's very like hilly. So it's like a up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah,
But-
that's like similar to Texas, where it's just like up and down.
So anyway, so we're driving. I'm like, alright, cool. This is fine. This is okay. But it's all of a sudden there's like speed bumps, but it's like 5 speed bumps in a row, and they're all like a feet apart. So you go like over it, and it's so annoying. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I didn't realize this is for your own safety. It's not like a thing for you to like, yo, don't race here, because you get usually the speed bumps for don't race here. But this is for like, no, you're gonna die if you speed here. I didn't realize this.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll just slow down before everyone. And that was a big mistake on my part. Anyway, so I was like, I'll just speed to the next one and then slow down. Speed to the next one and slow down. And and there was this one pothole where I wasn't even driving that fast. I think I was like driving, let's say 50 miles per hour. Yeah, about 50 miles per hour. That's not that fast. It's kind of it's not slow, but it's not fast. But I couldn't avoid the pothole with the speed. I just got it flat. I was like, oh no. And the thing is, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden everybody was there suddenly like turned towards us and they started approaching us. I was like, oh no, we're gonna get mugged. Oh no, we're dead. We're gonna die here. I'm like, okay, do I have any paper, a pen? What I'm gonna write to my family? And my friend behind me is like, it's chill. Don't worry, I've got this.
What?
and he like trades cigarettes to this one guy, and he's like, hey, can you help us out? Can you help us out? And he's like, hey, yeah, sure. And it's like, here, cigarettes for you. I was like, okay, just don't kill us. And it's like, leave us alone. I'm like, oh my god, what that worked? What the hell?
You just paid off a street gang.
No, but it's not a street gang. It's and anyway, so we eventually get to the side, but a flat tire aside, we get to the campsite.
Yeah.
And we set up tents and everything. We're sleeping. We're fine. No, we didn't sleep yet. We were like setting up to like sleep. We got everything up. We got our beds, whatever. I slept on a stretcher. Some people slept on mattresses, whatever. And my one friend starts like walking off to the distance, and I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna go to the beach, and and he's a huge stoner. We all know he's a stoner. We're like, okay, cool. He's the stoner of the group. And anyway, he walks off, and we're like, okay, where did he go? And we're like, oh, there he is. Let's go to him. And he sees one of the like locals. And we also approached the local, and it's like, hey, we've got this like bracelet that has like beads around it, and we're like, no, we're not really interested. And he's like, no, I want to buy one for my mom and sister at home. I want to buy, and we're like, okay, cool,
Hello,
that's
General
fine.
Kenobi.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways. Anyways, it's just like, okay, cool, I'll buy 2, and he buys 2, and the guy's like, yeah, you guys want any weed? and this friend of mine is like, yeah, I'll take some. And we're like, no, we don't want any of that. We don't know if it's laced or anything. No, we don't want to take none of that. Thank you very much. And it's like, oh, okay. And the guy thinks we want stronger stuff, and he's like, okay, cool, I have shrooms. I'm like, no, we don't want any of that. No thanks. And he's like, I've got more stuff at home. What do you want? Just tell me what you want. I'll get for you. My wife can cook you dinner, and we'll set up like a trade agreement or whatever. I'm like, what the hell am I setting myself up to? I'm like, no, thank you. Bye.
It's escalating.
And eventually, I'm just like, you know what? If we've got our own stuff, it's fine. Don't bother us anymore. We'll go. Don't worry.
God, can't stay for long. Just wanted to say, hopefully you have a good day in Wobbuffet. You have a nice day, General Kenobi. But
So yeah, that was the interesting
that was
story. The
that.
day I nearly died. One of many
Jesus.
days like that.
I have a similarly yabai story.
Yeah, bye, yeah, bye.
So
Yeah.
when I went to Pachuca, so that was after Querétaro. So I went to Mexico. We stayed in Querétaro for like a week,
Yeah.
which is where I was living in the like stone house for a bit. Actually, I don't think it was a week. It was like 4 days, whatever. So then we went to Pachuca for the other family side the other side of the family. So it was even further out, like into the slumish area. But
Yeah.
thanks Diz, and say hi to Tatooine person. Oh my god. This is Izitto, by the way. Yeah. Let me put his stuff in chat. There you go. Izitto channel on YouTube. But
I appreciate it.
anyway, so we stayed in the middle of nowhere in the nicest hotel I've ever been in. Weird, right? It was a hotel.
Yeah.
It was maybe 20 rooms. All right. Nicest hotel, the middle of the fucking desert. All right.
Yeah.
It had a pool, like the breakfast place. They had a breakfast place in there, and it was nice as hell. Everything was like wood furnished and everything. The bathrooms were like stone and glass, all tempered glass and stuff. It was super nice. Later, all right. See you, General Kenobi. Bye bye. But I later find out, we may have stayed in a drug dealer's hotel. That we might have stayed with the cartel. It makes a lot more sense when I put all the pieces together. Yes, nice ass hotel, basically 5-star hotel in the middle of fucking nowhere. Maybe they're selling drugs. Maybe they're like hardcore shipping drugs through the Mexican cartel. Makes sense. Sense.
There's a the area I live is okay. It's okay, but okay. So the area I live is very close to the not okay area, very very close. Like I can. Oh, it sounds so bad, but I can drive down. I think 500 meters from my house, and then there's like a brothel, like a legit brothel, right there.
Damn.
And it's illegal. It's very illegal, but it's there, and everybody just like ignores it. Kind of, it's like, okay, well, that exists, and it's so weird because there's been nights before where I can hear gunshots in the distance. I'm like, oh, okay, well, and it's not like one shot or something. It's like a shootout. I'm like, oh, okay, and the next day I just hear, okay, there's been a shootout very close to me, but like maybe 2-3 kilometers away from me. I'm like, okay, it's alright, it's okay.
I used to get that all the time when I used to live deeper in Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't live there anymore. This is public knowledge, but I live on the suburb, like bordering the actual city. I don't actually live deep in the city, but I've lived half my life in the city and half the life outside the city because my parents are separated. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my parents were separated, but both my parents live in the suburb. I think. Oh, I don't think any of my parents would ever move to the suburbs. I mean, to the city. From the suburbs to the city.
No one wants to be in the city.
It's too much. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. Okay, so this is public knowledge. I live very close to Cape Town. I won't give any more information than that, but it's a very very beautiful city. Don't get me wrong. It's if you come here and you come on a clear day, Table Mountain is very beautiful. That's like our Mount Fuji. What's the Japanese mountain called again? It's Fuji, right? Yeah, Mount Fuji.
Oh,
it is, right?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
it's like our month. It's our month. Mount Fuji is. It's really beautiful if you come on a clear day. But the thing is, if you invite like friends from overseas and like, hey, just come to Cape Town. You'll see Table Mountain. It'll be really beautiful. Nobody ever comes on a clear day. It's the same thing with Mount
It's always
Fuji
just super
apparently.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like, come on. If you came like a day ago, it would have been so beautiful. Like, what the hell? Come on, bro.
Yeah,
It's strange how it
just
works out.
it's the same thing with Chicago. Just like you come here on a good day and everything is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like everything's sunshiny. It's like gangs don't do anything on those types of days. But when it's like cloudy outside, which is usually the case, because Chicago looks like fucking London. Um,
Yeah.
it's just so depressing. It's such a depressing city.
We have okay. I live very close to. Well, Cape Town's very close to a desert called the Karoo. Well, that's how we pronounce it, but you'll probably pronounce it like Karoo. I think. I don't know.
Karoo.
It's spelled okay. It's spelled Karoo. So I don't know. You can
Karoo.
pronounce it however
We would
you
say
want. I don't.
Karoo because we
Is it?
have
Yeah.
no understanding of accents, but it's a Karoo.
Yeah.
Karoo.
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 That's how you Karoo. So that's
Karoo.
how you
Okay.
pronounce it. But I don't really mind if you pronounce it wrong. It's for me. It's like, I mean, I
I
would
like
struggle to
pronouncing
pronounce
things
something in
how they're
French.
meant to be, just
I'm
because like
sorry.
I like the feeling of words pronounced how
Uh,
they're supposed to be pronounced. I just like
I
the
get that
feeling.
completely. Yeah, I get that.
The Karoo. Yeah.
But I think no, I think we're closer to the Klein Karoo, which literally means the small Karoo, which is um basically the same desert but a smaller part of it that's like closer to us. And so we've got a very desert-like climate, but not exactly desert-like. It's very similar but not
Hmm.
exactly.
Gotcha. So it's like half.
Yeah, it's like we get very cold nights, but not negative degrees, and we get very warm days, but usually not like dying hot.
Yeah.
it's
I mean that's
it's
neat.
it's
That's cool. It's
yeah,
very moderate.
it's okay. Yeah,
We get the
like
worst of all of it. That that is
okay.
it. It is extremely cold or extremely hot, and it is mostly windy. It is it's terrible. It's raining
What's
a lot.
the what's the hottest temperature you've ever experienced where you live, like in Chicago?
I think one summer it was like 110 Fahrenheit. So what's Celsius?
43
43.
degrees.
43, yeah. It was
Yeah,
43
I think.
degrees and it was like melting the pavement. Pavement.
Yeah, I think the hottest we've had is 45 degrees Celsius, so that's just above a little bit above Fahrenheit 110.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that's yeah, but it's not a lot. It's like maybe in the last 10 years we've had like 2, 3, 4 days of that type of temperature, where
Wait, what
usually
temperature? My bad.
whereas it's 45 Celsius, so 45
Okay.
Celsius would be 45 wait,
45,
no?
113. That'd be
Yeah.
113 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so it's maybe like in
Dang.
the past 10 years, it's been like 3 or 4 days like that. And usually then they cancel school and stuff because
Oh, yeah.
you'd get,
Fuck
it
that.
was just too hot. It's like, nope.
Just
And I mean,
way
we don't
too
have,
hot.
in our houses, it's very uncommon to see, very, very uncommon to see, like, what do they call it? Like a central heating system? What do you guys call it?
AC. We call it AC. Just central air. Yeah.
Oh, oh no, no. Okay, we also have AC, but well, some people do. But I've seen maybe it's more England that has it, like or Europe, where they have like it warms up your house in the winter.
Oh, yeah. Central heat. Yeah. Or central air, central
Uh,
heat. We have combined the same thing. So.
okay, well, anyway, we don't have anything to heat our houses. So in the winter, it gets very cold. It gets
Oh,
very cold in the
God.
houses. So
God, over
currently I
here,
have like a
like
blanket over me.
over here, if you don't have a heating bill, you kind of just like leave the oven open. It's just, yeah, it's ghetto as hell.
Yeah, leave the oven open. Oh, holy crap! My electricity bill would be over. Oh wow, that'd be no, no, that'd be so bad. I can't even imagine it. I would die.
Yeah.
I
God.
know.
Cause
Okay, so
what's it called?
I
What's
want
your
to know
Oh yeah, go ahead.
what made you start this podcast? What inspired you to begin this podcast?
Ooh, that's a backstory and a half. All right. So originally, I had a different podcast because I wanted to do
Yeah.
podcasting, but didn't know where to start. I had a podcast called The Road of Disaster back when I had my old name, but yeah. So Road of Disaster.
Okay.
It was kind of like a road trip podcast where it
Oh.
was like pretending to be like on a road trip. I didn't really have any. I didn't have any community to pull guests from. I didn't have any connections or whatever. So it was really hard to set up podcast episodes. I also didn't have a
Yeah.
co-host. I didn't have a following of any kind. Nothing.
Mm.
So I did 2 episodes and then I dropped it. And the first
Okay.
episode was kind of just better. It was just the actual episode. I actually have it still up on my YouTube, I think. But
Oh,
and then this podcast came like a year after. And with it was with my first co-host, which was Raged FLX. It was actually his idea. He wanted to do a podcast, and I set everything up. I did all the work for it, basically. He
and it
came
just turned into your baby kind of type of
pretty
thing.
much, like, and then
Yeah,
like
I get
he
that.
was supposed to be the co-host for quite a while. He only showed up to like 2 episodes, and then the other episodes were kind of just me, which was really
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I
Um,
want. I kind of had the similar kind of situation, but no, well, not with the podcast, with something else. But I started a company with a couple of friends, and it didn't. I got busy with my own stuff. The other friend got busy with their own stuff, and the one friend was like very dedicated to it. And I was like, you know what, you can take over. I'm too busy. I can't do this, but you really are very enthusiastic about this. I would, you can buy me out, whatever, yeah. But he still wants me to kind of be part of it, so I do have like a small part of play in it, like kind of, but I'm not really a shareholder thing. Yeah, it's like it's kind of a weird
gotcha.
situation.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's very good dynamic, I think, because we're still very good friends. But it's like, you know what? I acknowledge I committed to this, but I didn't have the time, or I committed to other things as well. So and he understood, and like, yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, I can completely understand that. Where you wanted to start something together, but then one person was more enthusiastic than the other person, kind of thing.
Yeah, and there's actually more to it because I Finley right now, who is my co-host right now,
Yeah, yeah.
um, he's the most reliable co-host that I've had. He's my third co-host because
Oh.
Jack, who was my first co-host, ended up quitting. He's like, yeah, after a few weeks of him like just not putting in any work, he's just like, yeah, I'm not as into it as I thought it was. I was like, okay, cool. And then I removed him from the podcast. I had another co-host who was Lolly Aesthetic. She's actually a streamer who streams quite a
Oh.
bit more recently. Um,
So you're telling me I could have been speaking to a lolly right now? No. I'm joking.
that's a funny thing because she's not a Lolly, not a Lolly at all. But Lolly Aesthetic, um, she was cool, but we had some falling out and she quit. Uh,
Oh no.
she brought a lot of guests. It was cool, but it just wasn't what we needed. Finley, he doesn't do a
Mm.
lot of the work outside, but he does put in a lot of work during the podcast, and he's actually
Yeah.
a really big. He's a really good co-host. I like him.
Somebody recently asked me if I wanted to start a podcast, and I thought about it. And I thought, yeah, that would be really fun, but I can't commit to it right now. Like
Yeah,
I have too many other like things I want to commit to. Like I really want to grow my gaming channel aspect. Like my channel is focused on gaming, and I want to focus on that. And I think I'm in a good spot right now where I'm having positive growth, slow but positive growth. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I have a thing going here, and I have a small dedicated audience, and they really like me, and I think I can pull this off. I just need more time, and I need more dedication, and yeah, I'm gonna do it. Um, so my dad is very like, okay, he'll support me. Like, yeah, come on, you,
Mm-hmm.
you got this. And my mom is like, this is kind of weird, but if it works out, it works out. But nah, I'm not really actively supported. I'm like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a strange situation.
Yeah, it's just okay. Podcasting is a whole different animal. All right,
Yeah,
it's just I don't know. It's a big commitment. It actually is a surprising amount of commitment because you have
yeah.
to be active. Like especially if you're doing weekly, you have to be
I,
actively searching for guests, and you have to be figuring out. That's why when I was midway through the week, didn't have a guest, didn't have anything, popped onto Twitter, bam, saw a cool idea. I was like, hey, I might want to collab with this guy. Cool avatar, stuff like that. Go on, South Africa. All right, cool. Want to know more about South Africa? Go on your Twitter. I want to be on a podcast. Just like the
yeah.
stars aligned at that moment.
I really, really, really wanted to be on a podcast, and I still want to be on more podcasts, and I will be. If you ever want to
Yeah.
invite me again on the podcast, like I would 100% say yes. Maybe not like within the next few weeks, but like if like in future, because yeah, obviously I need to build up more time to like think of stories and stuff. I don't know, things like content. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, the
But
content.
like if we did like a thing again in like a week, I would be like, well, I already told you everything a week ago. What happened since then? But yeah, like if you ever want to invite me in future, I would be more than willing. I'm really enjoying this right now, and I really want to be on more podcasts in the future. This is actually really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, God, it was like that scene from Nichijou where she like screams and the beam comes out of her mouth and goes through like
Uh,
7 planets. Like
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
it was amazing. But yeah, no, doing the podcast with so many different people is my favorite thing. Like completely different people from different places having
Yeah.
completely different experiences is my favorite part of this podcast. And
Yeah.
that's actually the thing like that I like more about this podcast is it has like the haha funny degenerate connotations, but when you actually get down to the meat and potatoes of this podcast, it's
As,
understanding people.
as Nuxtaku would say. Yeah.
Meat and potatoes, yeah, yeah. I've been watching too much Nux Talkie recently, but yeah.
Yeah, I understand that completely. For me, it's the same with streaming. I recently collabed with a guy from Poland and a guy from the US as well. It was really fun. It was very scuffed. I don't know if I don't know if I'll make that the stream live because it was way too scuffed. But the experience itself was like really fun. I was like, I'm enjoying this, but I don't know if it'll be like content for my channel. Like I don't know. This is more personal fun than really
Oh
anything
yeah,
else.
dude, I make anything content. Fuck it. I literally have a series on my stream where I go in Minecraft and dig sand for an hour straight. That's and I make it content. It's called Only Sands. I basically go on an economy server and I farm out excavation. It's great. But God, it's dude, you can make anything content with the right context.
So my last stream, I did a Minecraft stream, and
Mm-hmm.
my friend streamer Maggie VTuber who I collabed with. We played Apex, but I don't know if I'm gonna like make a live. Maybe we'll make a live, but or
Yeah.
not live public. Yeah, public. But anyway, um, he was like, you know what? I'll give you $20 if you do a speed run Minecraft and complete Minecraft under an hour. But with context, I really suck at Minecraft and I've never done a speed run before in my life. So I was like, you know what?
Dog,
I'll do it. I'll
I'm
make a
so
stream one
glad you're
day.
bringing up Minecraft right now, cause I pulled up your Minecraft stream because I was gonna watch it this morning. I watched a little bit
Yeah.
of it. I watched like half an hour of it,
It gets better, I
and
swear.
the texture pack you're using
Nice or not?
is it's clean. Don't get me wrong, it's clean. But
It's-
because I've been using 4K textures and like ray trace textures
Oh.
recently, it immediately threw me off. I'm like, wait a
Really?
second. I'm like, wait a second. There's two colors on the screen.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have an
Whoa.
RTX graphics card, so
Yeah,
I can't really do that.
Yeah, I have a 1080 Ti, so
Oh, nice. I've got the AMD RX 480, which is quite an old card at the moment, but it's enough for what I need. I don't need to play
My character's
Minecraft in the highest settings.
my character keeps winking when I'm trying to blink.
Oh, a lot of people don't know this, but if you can manage to get an iPhone X and you have VTube Studio, it works
Yeah.
very well for Picamp eyes. I was recently able to get a iPhone X for a very good deal, so I was like, oh yeah, my character's gonna look so good, and it's honestly, it's so nice. Thank you VTube Studio for making something that works with the iPhone X camera because it works so nice.
I have
But
YouTube
anyway.
Studio. I'm on like a Razer Q right now, so
Uh,
it's pretty good camera, but like it's not the best at capturing eyes. Oh god. Okay,
Yeah,
I double clicked.
the iPhone X or up is just like the pinnacle, but I don't like having an iPhone X as my daily driver phone, so I prefer Android. So I have my
Yeah.
Android phone, and then I have my iPhone X, which is just for VTubing, and maybe like listening to music every now and again.
Yeah, I gotta say this because I simp for them a lot. I'm not sponsored by Razer, but I have a Razer phone too, and goddamn, I fucking love this phone.
I would very much like to have a Razer phone, but I have a Razer headset. In fact,
I
have
had
a
to get it
PewDiePie headset.
refurbished. Oh, you have the PewDiePie headset?
But like is it? I think it's the first generation PewDiePie headset, like the first one. But it's I love it to bits. It's so good.
Headphones. Let me see what they look like.
But the first one, because he brought out like a second edition, like a second version or something, and I kind of want the
Holy-
second version, but yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Mystic
Yeah.
Hallows is back.
Oh yeah, he made a Nari Ultimate version. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have these. I was gonna buy a Nari, but I ended up just buying the headset. Hey, Mystic Hollows. Welcome back. But yeah, I ended up rebuying another version of the Corsair Voids because I really like them.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like
Um,
leather.
I have a friend who has like everything Razer, like everything. It's insane.
I have
don't
almost
know how-
everything Razer.
I don't know how he gets the money for it because he claims to be broke like 24/7.
That's why he's broke. That is why he's
but-
broke. Because he
but he
keeps
has like
buying
an
Razer stuff.
He has an insane PC. He has like an insane monitor. I think he
Yeah.
has 2 monitors now.
Why do you think
and he
he's
has, like,
broke?
And he has Razer everything. And I'm like, what the hell? He's like, oh yeah, today I'm eating like I don't know what, like air and margarine or something. I don't know. It's like, I'm on a nothing diet.
That's why he's broke. Because he keeps wasting his money on Razer stuff.
But he's so dumb with money. I don't
God.
understand it. But yeah, some people, some people.
Some people. Okay, so let me simp for Razer real quick. Not sponsored, obviously, but hey, Razer, if you wanna
Hey Razer, if you're
gotta pass me a
listening, come
little-
on, the
you
man.
gotta pass me
the
a
man's
little
doing his
dash.
best.
You wanna pass me a little dash? Eh? Pass me a little something under the table. But anyway, so we got Razer phone, we got Razer keyboard, Razer side keyboard, the Orb Weaver. We got Razer mouse, Razer mouse pad. I used to have a Razer mic. I used to run Siren X, but now I'm running a AT 2020 Audio Technica. Razer Kyo for the webcam. Yeah, I'm running Razer fucking everything.
I've
Except for
literally got
headphones.
I've literally got the cheapest everything. I've got a second-hand monitor. I've got another second-hand monitor, and I've got one monitor that I bought. I've just got a
If
one monitor that's like that I actually bought. The other ones are like second-hand. Like, hey, please can I get your old monitor type of thing from family and whatever. Like,
oh yeah.
hey, hey, I see you got a new monitor there. What are you gonna do with the old one? I prefer like I don't know.
student moment.
Yeah, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool, yeah, you can have it. It's like I know you need a monitor. I'm like, yeah, I need a monitor. I don't have like two already.
Oh yeah, I
It's
think this is
fine.
something that a lot of people don't know about my setup. I actually run everything on a curved monitor. I can't go
Oh,
back to a normal monitor because it looks really weird.
I have three flat monitors. It's it's very convenient, but I feel like I need another one. I've got a problem. I know.
You can have 4 monitors. It's gonna look like a what's it called? Like a security room. It's gonna like the 9 monitor setup, like
But
20 cameras.
I want to flip one of them so it's like on its no, like on its side, so it's
Oh
like
yeah,
instead of horizontal, it's vertical, and then have like split, and then have like a bottom thing and a top thing, yeah, that type of thing.
yeah,
Um, but I'll get to that eventually.
yeah. I've been thinking about that because I have chat literally on my screen. Like
Uh,
I have it overlaid. So
oh yeah,
yeah, I
I
have the
wanted to try that,
Streamlabs
but
overlay.
I thought it would be too distracting for,
It is
I
very
don't know.
distracting. It is extremely distracting, especially while drawing.
Oh,
Especially
you
while
actually
making art.
draw?
Yeah, I do. I do art. Here, let me send you some.
Oh wow, I suck at art. I would very much like to have the skill to draw, but everybody in my family, like literally everybody in my family can draw really well. Like if you give them a face, they can like draw it perfectly. And somehow they just like skipped me. I was
It
like,
just
yeah.
takes so long to learn. It's just a skill that takes way too long to learn, especially if you have shaking hands like I do. But
I
here's a fan art I did for
oh,
Vivi the Chan the Dragon and Dimension Eliana. It's not
that's pretty
amazing,
good.
but it's pretty decent. I say pretty decent.
It's pretty good. If especially if you compare it to mine. Whew, I can't draw at all. I've tried. I went through this phase where I even took art as a subject in high school, and I was
Art
like,
classes
okay, cool.
suck.
I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get into art, and then like, please drop out. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I will. And I
What?
did drop out.
They told you to drop out of art?
They're like, this is not for
My
you. I was like,
god.
yeah. I
What
was like, yeah, it's not for me.
cocksuckers. God damn. You don't discourage someone from art.
Well, to be
You
fair,
could tell
okay.
them they suck. Don't discourage people.
I also tried
Jesus.
singing. What do you call it in the US? In South Africa we call it primary school. That's when before high school.
Oh
We
yeah.
don't have middle school. We only
Oh,
have
we have middle school, yeah.
we only have high school and primary school. So primary school goes from grade 1 to grade 7, and then high school goes from grade 8 to grade 12. In
Mm.
primary school, I tried um to be in the choir,
Hmm.
and I was in the choir for a few years, and then puberty hit, and they're like, "No, please drop out. Please don't do the choir anymore.
Oh
We
my
don't want you."
god.
So I have like no talents at all. I can't draw. I can't sing. I don't know. I'm just I
Because
play
people
games.
have been fucking you your whole life.
I'm like, I can play games. Yeah, I'm not great at the games, but I can play games. I also
I bet you could sing if you had an actual teacher.
I
I
would
believe
love
okay,
to do covers.
because of what I've had to do to be able to
Mm,
like because I also sing, I have covers on my YouTube.
yeah.
Because of what I've had to do to get there, I believe anyone can sing.
I
Fucking anyone.
I would very much like to do a cover of there's a very it's like very rockish, because I'm very much into like rock type of music, but not necessarily like not or sometimes a little bit, but in general, not the rock that leans towards metal, but more towards leans towards like very chilled or like even more hip hop type of rock. Like you know what I'm talking about, or don't you?
Like
It's like
rock rap.
I guess it's a rock that leans more towards like Coldplay type of stuff.
Hmm.
But so it's rock, but it kind of sometimes borders on hip hop, or like yeah, but not really rock. But sometimes a little bit
Like,
more on the metal side of rock, because rock is like a very broad genre, I feel.
yeah, it's really broad. Like, hmm, like
But anyway,
Warriors type
back to
stuff, like Imagine Dragons, kinda.
yeah. Actually, that's a very good example. Okay, so like almost the Imagine Dragons type of thing. But I guess there's one Afrikaans artist I would really like
Ad every
to.
two. Wait, you're getting ads? Hello, Mystic Hollows? What? You're getting ads?
You're getting monetized? What?
Yeah, I'm monetized, but hey, we don't. We unfortunately can't talk about that. Um,
Alright.
sorry if I keep getting the same. I don't. You should be getting ads every 2 minutes. You should be getting one ad and then like the rest of the stream fine. I don't know what's happening. Here, hold up. Let me actually put you guys on a commercial for 15 seconds. All right. If I put you guys on a commercial, it'll give me ad-free viewing for a while, and hopefully it'll fix that. So here's 15 seconds of commercials. Uh, yeah. Okay,
That's very
so they're gonna
convenient.
go on commercial break, and then it'll give me ad-free viewing for like 10 minutes or something, and that should fix that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a feature of Twitch.
Yeah. Man, just every time I every time I talk to people who stream on YouTube, I'm like, man, why do people stream on YouTube?
Oh no. Maybe I should go to Twitch.
Because I was gonna stream on YouTube. I'm like, wait, it's just easier. Just so much easier on Twitch. Plus, there's more features. The only thing
Is
that's
this stream
cringe
back?
is the moderation. Okay, stream should be back by now, so we'll continue.
All right. So, oh yeah, I was talking about. I really would like to do some covers. I would really like to do some covers of Hans artist called Fransje van Kook.
What?
And yes, his name is Fransje van Kook.
French? Wait.
Francois. So Francois would be like it'd be very similar to a French name, Francois. Um,
French.
it's spelled Franceious. No, wait, is it Ous?
Francia Torres?
No, Van Coke. VAN and then Coke. Coke. And his last name is a bit of a joke because his parents told him he can't use their last name, so he's like, oh well, I'll just call myself Van Coke because whatever. Anyway, I would really like to do
I'm trying to find it.
So anyway, I would really like to do a cover of like.
Okay,
I
just
think there's
send
two of
just
his
send me
songs.
one of their songs. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Because I'm terrible.
If I can.
But yeah,
Hey,
so
oh, it's like that. Okay, wait, I forgot about how to spell his name. Wow, that was freaking funny. Um.
you know, I
Actually,
believe
yeah.
if you have someone to teach you, I think all it takes is confidence and
That's,
practice. Because I've been practicing to sing for years, so and I just
There's-
got comfortable with my voice, but that also has to do with social anxiety stuff. So
that song I would really like to cover, but I think you need two people to cover that. And then there's like a song that has like a little bit of Afrikaans rap, which I would also like to cover, but and I've been practicing it just because I want to be able to sing it when I hear the song. But I'm like, you know what? I could actually cover this if I just try to cover it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the song that one of the songs that I would really like to cover. Um, but he's probably one of the better known artists from South Africa. Okay, actually, no, we have a very very well known artist, well, band from South Africa that you would probably recognize if I say the name. I don't know, maybe. Apparently,
Maybe.
they're quite huge overseas. I wouldn't really know because yeah, I'm not from other
Yeah.
countries. But have you ever heard of Oh no, wait. Let me type it out as well. But in Afrikaans, you would pronounce it the Antwoord.
Hmm.
Have you ever heard of that
Antwoord.
band?
I feel like I have actually. The
Yeah,
Antwoord.
they made quite a few headlines with a few controversial things. But
I
anyway, in South Africa,
have heard die Antwoord would be how we pronounce it over here because we don't know
yeah,
accents. But
yeah,
it's probably because they're music videos, honestly.
yeah. So the name literally means the answer. And honestly, if you mention the name to somebody in South Africa, most people would be like, "Oh, so cringy. What the hell?" It's it's so cringy. Like if you look at it, you're like, "Oh, this is like these people from your country." And like that doesn't exist. That's not part of our country. We don't acknowledge that. It's
For us, it's just like it's out there. It's very out there.
it's so bad. It's just
It just looks
every time I see one of their music videos, I'm like, ah, cringe. Ah.
Jesus Christ. These music
It's it,
videos, what the hell?
It's so bad. It's so bad. That's not a good picture of South Africa. No, actually, it depends where you go. Actually, it's okay. So depending on where you go, it's a good picture of South Africa. But we don't speak about those places because those places are like, we would never recommend anybody to ever speak about that or even acknowledge that exists. Never mind go there.
Jesus Christ.
It's very
I
bad.
mean, yeah, there's a few places in America we would recommend people just don't visit. So,
I know what is the area called? What's the city called? Detroit. I would never go to Detroit. I just know about that. That's
the
I just know from
names,
movies. I just know from
the
movies like if you go to Detroit you die. I'm like okay cool. That's like tick off. Thank
okay,
you.
the thing is, there's so much risk to going to Detroit, but you also don't get anything out of going to Detroit, so there's no reason to go there. There's no reason. Same thing with
Okay.
Indiana. You don't go to Indiana either. Unless you're in
Okay.
Illinois and you want to shoot fireworks, then sure go to
Okay.
Indiana, but
But I feel the same way about places that tourists go to South Africa. I'm like, why would you go there? That's like the worst of the worst.
you
Why would
go
you go
there.
there? And I'm like, no, but I wanted to see every part of the country. I'm like, why?
But
We can tell
why?
you there's nothing there. It's just horrible.
It's like people going to South Illinois, which is the state that Chicago's in. It's like, why would you go there? It's just cornfields. Why do you want to just see cornfields, you weirdo? So you can go to any other part of the country and see cornfields and other stuff. You would
I've actually
never
heard
go
that
there.
quite. I've heard that quite a few times where it was like, okay, if you go across the middle of America or the USA, then you will just like find cornfields, and
All the
then
fucking
you find
corn.
it, and then
There's
in like
so
the
much
West Coast and the
corn.
East Coast, you find big cities.
Because we use corn for everything. Yeah. I mean, big cities. I mean, every state has their own like big cities. Biggest cities, honestly, I'd say like L.A., New York, and Chicago.
um,
Honestly,
eh,
I don't think, or maybe like Dallas. I guess Dallas
I'm
isn't big, but like it's a place.
I'm curious. Okay, so obviously
Yeah.
in America, the language everybody speaks is English, but you've got a very big Spanish population because of
Yeah.
yeah, people coming from
'Cause-
South America and Mexico,
mhm.
and uh, are there words where people just refer to that with a Spanish word instead of the English word because it's just like the lingo that people speak. I don't know. Is
Hmm.
that a thing?
Hmm. I don't
Because
think
here in
so.
South Africa, it happens a lot where there are there are a lot of South Africans that only speak English exclusively, but they understand like other languages like Afrikaans. Like a lot of English people like understand a little bit of Afrikaans because they took it in school as a second language, but they don't really speak it. Like if they have a choice to be like, can you speak English? Um, and a big part of that was due to we being a British colony, or part of the country being a British colony for a very long time. So we also have a very big British influence.
Yeah.
Um, and anyway, so we have like the word braai instead of barbecue. We don't use the word barbecue at all. Like if you come to South Africa and you're like, I want to have a barbecue, people wouldn't know what you. They'll know what you mean because of American movies, but they'll be like,
Yeah.
you mean a braai,
Yeah.
and that's a word borrowed from from Afrikaans in South Africa. So
Man.
that's just what people say. And also, like if there's a protest, I can't remember which language this comes from because we have 11 languages. That's hard to tell, but it's not Afrikaans. It's one of the other languages. Instead of protest, they will say toy toy. I don't know. I actually don't know where it
Instead
comes
of
from.
protest, it's toy toy.
Yeah, toy toy. I don't know which. Oh, I'd be lying if I try and guess which language it comes from. What do you call Zulu?
Hmm.
Uh, but
Uh,
anyway, so if you say those words, if you say protest in South Africa, people will understand what you're saying, but most people will just say toy toy instead of protest because that's just like the lingo we use here. It's like,
it's.
there's a lot of.
I mean,
Sorry.
when it comes to words in English, like when it comes to like Spanish words, it doesn't really fit because of the fact that the Spanish and English they come from the same area of languages. They both
Uh,
come from like Latin languages. So
yeah, true, true.
if a word is similar, we kind of just use the same word. And a
Mm.
thing about English is we kind of just steal words from other languages.
Yeah,
We don't like
that's
use
true
them as
actually.
lingo. We kind
Especially,
of just steal it.
yeah, how many English words are actually like French and stuff? It's
Yeah.
or like
It's like
it's insane.
a lot of Japanese words. We just don't have an actual word for them. We have like
Yeah,
phrases for them, like sushi. Like sushi, for
yeah,
example. We don't have
yeah.
an English word for that. It's
You can't
just
say raw
fish
fish. I'm
roll.
gonna eat raw fish
It's
with
a
some
raw
rice.
fish roll. It's like that's a description, sure, but we just use sushi. Actually, it happens with a lot of Japanese words. As a matter of fact, like
Yeah.
teriyaki, we don't really have
Uh, True.
we don't have a word for that either. We just call it teriyaki.
Yeah, and
Uh,
you guys in the US have a very big, or no, compared to us, you have a very big Japanese population. So you guys have quite a big Japanese influence there
I
compared
feel like
to
we just have
us.
huge populations of everything.
Yeah, okay, probably true. We have a very the only Asian real big Asian influence we have here is maybe some Chinese and a very big Indian population, but that also comes from down from the slave
Yeah,
trade.
and
So
the spice trade too, right?
yeah, the spice trade as well, because
Yeah,
the original Dutch people that came to South Africa was part of the Dutch East India Company, which
yeah.
controlled the spice trade. Um,
Here,
and
1 second. Let me get more
interesting.
water, but I can still hear you. Sick, but
Okay. So, very interesting fact. Very interesting fact. We have the biggest Indian population outside of India in South Africa.
really,
Yeah, you can Google that. That's an actual fact. It's it's quite weird, but they're mostly situated in a certain area of South Africa, and it's not the same area as where I'm in. So they're not as popular here, but they're not popular. What's the word? Common here. They're not as common here, but they're very common in that area, which is called Durban. And if you go there, almost every second person you meet will be Indian, and yeah, it's very strange, but yeah, like I visited there for like the first time in my life, probably like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, and I was like, whoa, this is very, very strange because where well, my part of the country, it's not like that. There's very few Indian people, but there it's like almost everywhere. It's like, whoa, this is this the same country? What the hell? That's a beautiful thing about South Africa. It's just so strange. Like you go to one part, and it's so much different from the other part.
Yeah, sorry.
Uh,
Choking on water.
that's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, we have the same thing in America, but that's just because it's so huge and we have so many different populations of races. Because
No.
everyone just brings their culture.
Yeah.
And then we make fun of it and berate it until it is no longer what it used to be.
Yeah.
Sadly. Yeah.
What did I want? I wanted to say something now, but I forgot what it was. But yeah. It's strange. South Africa. It's a strange place, but you'll be fine as long as you go to where what's recommended. Then it's okay. It's perfectly fine to visit. It's just don't go to like the places where people tell you don't go there and like, oh no, I'm gonna be the tourist that knows and goes there and like gets mugged or whatever you know.
It's like messing with the toughest guy in the prison.
Yeah, it's like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
I want to stand out. No, you don't. You're gonna get mugged.
You're gonna be beat up. No one likes you.
Yeah, you're not cool. You're just very dumb.
God. Oh yeah, here's a big question. While we're on the topic of tourism, how does your country like tourists? Because I know in Japan, they think foreign people are very. Their culture doesn't really like foreign people, but the actual people themselves like foreign people in certain ways, in certain interesting ways.
I don't mind it too bad. Okay, recently I was at a market where it's in town. And there were surprisingly a lot of Americans there, and I just found it quite odd. I don't know. I just found it odd. I was like, whoa, why is there so many Americans here? But yeah, and
So
I don't really. I don't really
people
have an
just
issue
there
with
just
it.
kind of find it weird?
Personally, sorry, say again. You broke up there.
Do people there just kind of find it weird?
No, I just found it weird because it's now COVID, lockdown, everything. I was like, well, why is there so many tourists here? So it's not the well, no. Okay, so because there's so many different cultures and stuff, and we have 11 different freaking official languages, which is not like it's not like people aren't foreigners or that settled here and then started speaking the language. They're like indigenous people who just speak 11 different languages. There's different cultures, so different cultures in South Africa might have different opinions on it. But for me and most people I know, it's like I don't really mind it. I wouldn't like a huge influx of it because if there's too many people in a city, you kind of like I kind of just want to stay at home type of thing.
Yeah.
Like if you go like to a popular place, then it's like, oh no, it's only tourists. But usually it's fine. If it's not too many, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like when it comes to foreign people, it's like Japan, like Hololive with their foreign sexy guys, like that. Like that's how they see foreigners.
Yeah, I recently saw what is it? Some not VTuber, but YouTuber. Jeez, I'm getting confused. YouTuber that does like interviews with people in Japan about not opinions, questions that Westerners have for Japanese people.
Mm-hmm.
So the one question was, do they like men with beard or without beards? And all of them are like, nope, no beards. And there's all kinds of other questions as well. But some of them I was like, yeah, I understand that. And other questions are like, really?
Really?
I thought
that's a thing.
I thought that would be like a normal thing there.
In
So
Japanese and in Korean too, they like men that look very young. They look very young, no like beards. But the funniest thing is, like in America, it's
older
more
men.
popular to look older.
It's
but
quite strange. I
they
think it's
like
kind of the
foreign
same
men,
here in
which
South
is
Africa. I think it's like a.
quite odd.
Ooh, I think you broke up there a little bit.
Uh,
Sorry,
I
what
said
was
it's
the point?
quite odd.
Uh, yeah, it's yeah, I think it's like a Western thing to like older men. I don't know. Where in Asia, it's maybe like a thing to like younger men. Maybe I should move
Hmm.
to Asia. Jokes. But that's just how what I've seen from like videos like that.
Yeah.
My take from it. But yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, it's every country seems to have like their own like what is attractive, basically.
yeah.
What is attractive
Yeah.
in South Africa?
No, it really depends. Really, really
Because like
depends.
here we have like bigger guys, a little bit stockier, but not too stocky. And then you have
That's
like they're like the beards, like half shaven beards. In
okay.
India, you have these big beards, very masculine men.
Okay,
Uh,
that depends again because like you get the white population that would probably be like very similar to the white American population where it's probably like the guys that are big but not too big, not too
hmm.
bulky, but a little bit like they have a little bit of muscle but not too much. They look kind of tidy but not too tidy and not too rough, anything, just like somewhere in the middle. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. I don't really understand women, so I guess it's somewhere there. um, uh, there. Okay, okay. There's a very very different cultures in South Africa, and it's the indigenous people culture that it's very strange. There's an app. I kid you not. There's an app. What's it called again? Let me just quickly find the app. Um, Ooh, just give me a sec, give me a sec, give me a sec.
Huh?
One sec. Labola
La
calculator.
bola?
And what it does is it calculates a woman's value in cows or in what you call it, in cattle. So how many cattle are you worth as a woman? So culturally, we're very diverse. Hello, did I break up?
No, you're
Go
good.
on.
I was just like,
Rolling. Yeah,
what? I was just like, you just see my mouth hanging open, like, what the fuck?
it's an actual
Gonna
thing. I
calculate
can
your
maybe.
worth in cows? What does that mean? Like, how many cows you would be worth in like a wedding offering or something like that?
Yeah. So there's this culture in well, for certain people for certain cultures in South Africa where if you like have which area are you from? Are you a virgin? Which tribe you're
Hmm.
from? Because we do have tribes here. But it's not like the white culture. They wouldn't be tribes. We have
It's tribes, but not tribal.
no. Well, some
It's
of them are
like
very tribal,
modern,
but
some like it's
so,
like modern tribes.
some of them not. So we do have like there are like very they completely dismiss modern technology, modern culture, modern everything, and they just stick to their cultural roots and they stick to that, and they have like leopard skin, whatever, and you do get that, but it's like maybe a few dozen people who still do that. No, actually, maybe more. I don't know. But there are people like that. But I, I don't get in contact with them because I live in a very different side of the country. But I don't know. The best way I could describe it to an American would be like, imagine a American Indian. What do you call it? What's the proper term for it?
Native American.
Yeah, Native American. So
Yeah.
imagine a Native American, but that still lives in the traditional huts and that wears traditional clothes type of thing and hunts animals traditionally and doesn't use like technology at all. You do get that, and you do get some that blend it a little bit who have cars and stuff and have like modern technology, but they still live in a hut or whatever. And then you get some that are they still like, hey, what tribe are you from? They know which tribe they're from, but they completely don't do that anymore. They live in a modern house, have a modern car, everything. So it really depends on the person and the
Yeah.
family, whatever. Um,
I
my
mean, we have people here kind of like Amish who kind of live off the
oh
land. They kind
yeah.
of just do their
Y-
own
y-
thing.
Yeah, I know what
Uh,
Amish is. Don't worry. I've
yeah.
seen memes.
I mean,
What was
we
it?
have that. I mean, we have. I think the best way I can relate it is kind of like religion, because we have people who are like, oh yeah, I'm Catholic or this or that, but
Mm.
they don't actually practice any of it.
You know,
Like they
when
don't
you
actually
mention
stick to it.
Amish, the first thing I think of is weird. Oh, Yankovic
Oh my
Amish
god,
Paradise.
yes.
That's the first thing I think about.
I love that song. It's so funny. Weird Al's a
So good.
beast. Weird Al's such a Chad.
Yeah. But yeah, so you do get those people, but I don't think I've ever no I've met some people where you're like asked like which tribe are you from? They're like, yeah, I'm from this tribe, but they don't have anything that would resemble like tribal things or anything. They just know like which tribe they descend from. But
Yeah.
so it's very uncommon like in the Cape Town area or any major city area, um, but it does exist. I think maybe in our neighboring countries is more common than here. Um, but
Would you say
why did
that
it?
South Africa is like more advanced than the countries around it, or
In
is it kind of?
sub-Saharan Africa, yeah, that's the official term. That's like most of Southern Africa, like yeah, it's most of Southern Africa, and maybe a little bit of Mid Africa, if I can call it that. We're the most advanced country. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and we're still a third world country. I don't wait. Is there any first world countries in Africa? No, but
I
I would
don't think
describe
so.
us as like the closest to being a first world country. Yeah, probably.
Gotcha.
Um, so
Makes sense.
it's kind of interesting if you okay. So if you go if you're here, we have a very big Dutch influence and we have a very big British influence. But if you go to our neighboring country called Namibia, which is on
Namibia, yeah.
the
To the
west
south,
coast,
the west, yeah.
so that has a very big German influence. So I have a Namibian friend who studies with me, and oh, he's a great guy. He's a really great guy. But yeah, so he speaks German and he speaks a little bit of Afrikaans and he speaks English, and but he mostly speaks German. So if he speaks, he has like a heavy German accent. He's never no, he's been in Germany before, but he's only visited as a tourist. He's never been there as like a living there,
Uh,
like a citizen. But it's interesting.
yep.
Um, and we used to be at war with them because they used to be under Nazi Germany, and we used to be
Uh,
we used to be allies with Britain. So we were technically at war, but I don't think that war lasted very long. Yeah, they didn't have many resources here.
yeah.
But yeah,
I speaking of the map, I'm looking at a map of Africa right now. What is? I don't actually know a lot about the history of the geography of Africa. That was like 3 years ago in geography class. Completely slipped my mind, obviously. But
ask your questions. I am
what is this Lesotho?
Izitto.
What is happening here?
Oh yeah,
Seems like it's in the
do we
middle of South Africa, just kind of there.
we we used to have a few countries inside of our country. Like I said, during the apartheid era, and
Yeah.
what happened was the apartheid government said, okay, we want to have a white-only nation, but we are willing to give part of the country away to the different tribes, and I think they gave like I can't remember how many, but a few of them collapsed because they didn't have resources or anything, and two of them were really clever.
Oh, yeah,
Actually,
especially because they seem to be landlocked.
let me just give a sec. Google Maps. What is the one called again? Because the one got a new name and I can't remember what it was called. Uh,
Swaziland here?
But I think it changed to Eswatini. Yeah,
Ah,
I think the new name is Eswatini. I'm not
I
sure
don't
if
know
Google
how
Maps
old this
updated it.
map is. How long
Um,
ago was it changed? Like, in the past year, or?
so I didn't know about this, but Sony told me about this. Apparently, the king he can change the name of the country if he wants to, if there's a new king. So the new king,
Ah.
I can't. I think it was like
Oh yeah,
five,
this is
6 years ago.
2013.
Yeah,
So
so I think
yeah,
it was
so if it was
five,
like
6 years ago,
2015, yeah,
or maybe even less years. Yeah, but say max 5 or 6 years ago.
yeah.
The king of is it Lesotho? I think it was Lesotho. That's now Eswatini. Um,
Swatini.
he's he said because he's the new king, he wants to change the name of the country, and well, it's he's basically like a tyrant. He like well, if he says this is gonna happen and that happens, he takes like I think a wife every year or something like that. It's like
Oh,
that kind of setup. It's quite screwed up, but yeah. Um, but anyway, so he was like, I want a new I want a new name for the country, and then it happened. And yeah, so those are two landlocked countries, Eswatini and Lesotho. No, sorry. What was the old name of Lesotho? Because not
Swaziland.
Lesotho, not Lesotho,
Uh,
Eswatini. Yeah, so Eswatini used to be Swaziland. Yeah, sorry,
yeah.
I'm getting confused between the names. So they used to be what were they called? In the part of the government, they used to call them something. There was a certain name for it. It's like a land given to the people. It's like we want a white only country, so we will give you a country to run for yourself. And eventually the countries collapsed financially, and they were just like absorbed back into South Africa, and
Uh,
into the part of the government. Um, but yeah.
so like Lesotho, or Lesotho, whatever it's
Uh,
called,
so
hasn't been
how
reabsorbed into the South Africa area
no
yet.
because no, well, I don't know if they
Because
will be because they did something right. I don't know. But how we pronounce it is Lesotho, which I know
Izitto.
makes no
Okay.
sense.
I mean, we have
Uh,
that in America too. We have Arkansas, which is
yeah,
pronounced Arkansas. All right, so I get
yeah,
it. Lesotho?
yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Um, yeah, Lesotho. Anyway,
Lesotho. Okay.
I've never been there before. I've never been in Eswatini. Um, so I have no idea what it's like. But anyway, apparently it's pretty run down, according
Hmm.
to people I know. If you ever want to go to a tourist destination, Cape Town is the place to go. I really recommend Cape Town. If you're ever into wine, Stellenbosch is very nice. Uh, yeah, if you're an alcoholic, Stellenbosch is the place to go. I mean,
Hmm.
what?
God.
But yeah. So oh yeah, we produce a lot of wine in South Africa. That's
Really?
yeah, a wine is something we're actually semi well known for, I would say. Yeah. Apparently we export a lot to Britain. Apparently they eat our wine like or drink our
Uh,
wine like something else.
I think the only thing I have consumed from Africa has been, I want to say it was a coffee blend that was basically adopted from Northern Africa, I think.
Okay.
African coffee blends. Let's see. Um,
I just want to add, Africa's a big place. I've only been
Maybe
in South
like
Africa and
Ethiopian.
Namibia. There's places in Africa I would never even dream of setting foot in. I would just be like, I am going to die. So if you ever plan to travel anywhere in Africa, just do your research well.
Yeah.
it's
That goes for
there's
any
some
country, honestly. Just like do your
yeah.
research. Like if you
And
can speak with a local,
But I mean, it
because
goes more for like a third world country than a first world country because I mean, if you're gonna go travel to Japan, I think I would probably feel much more comfortable in a really sketchy area in Japan than I would feel in a
I mean,
semi
but
sketchy area in South Africa.
but they have like mafias over there.
I mean, but they're probably not gonna mug you. They're just gonna probably like try and sell drugs to you,
Ah,
at
that's fair.
worst.
That's fair.
I
I
mean,
mean,
oh,
yeah,
what can
that's
you do?
fair.
Just say no? I was gonna.
Like no, I don't spin. Uh, Nihongo ga wakarimasen. Like, I don't know.
I know
God.
what that means. Don't worry. I
God.
also tried to learn Japanese for a while. I was very bad at it. My friend's still going strong. Um, I would like to learn again, but I don't have time right now. That's the big thing that
It's
stopped
just
me.
it's just a huge time commitment learning a languages. It's
Yeah.
like I get it. It's crazy.
Anyway,
I was
I just
learning
wanted to
it.
say.
Wait, go ahead. Yeah.
I just wanted to add something funny. So do you I must assume you do, but do you know who Nelson Mandela is?
Wait, Nelson
N-
Mandela?
uh, yeah, you know
Yeah.
Nelson. Okay.
I don't. Wait, who's that
But you
again?
recognize the name, and you know,
Yeah,
it's from
I can
South Africa and
recognize
has
the
to do
name.
with
Former
apartheid.
president. Okay. Yeah, former president of South Africa. It says here.
Okay, so he's well known for quote unquote ending apartheid. Anyway, but I was
It's
playing a game once, and I was like, no, the guy was like, where you from? And I said, I'm from South Africa. And he's like, where? I said, from South Africa. And he's like, I don't know where that is. I'm like, Nelson Mandela? And he's like, oh, I know. I was like, what?
I'm from Nelson Mandela.
But I just mentioned the name Nelson Mandela. And he's like, oh, I know. I'm like, what?
I mean that probably just like sparked something from his like
High
high
school
school
days.
brain. Yeah. Because we learn quite a bit about apartheid in South Africa. I just don't remember anything. I just don't actually remember anything. I know that it was a thing,
Don't
basically.
worry, I finished high school almost 4 or 5 years ago now. No, almost 5 6 years ago. Yeah, oh sheesh, it's been that long, and I don't remember anything. I barely remember who was with me when I finished high school. So
It's like,
my
man,
year.
I barely remember my classroom.
Yeah, like the other day, somebody walked up to me and was like, "Hey, you were with me in school." I'm like, "I
No,
was."
no.
And she's like, "Yeah, did you remember we did this
Pixar
and this?"
can
And this?" I'm like, "I've never met this person my entire life. I have no idea who you are." Please get away from me. Are you a stalker? What's happening?
God, that's how I'm gonna be with them, but I'm actually gonna remember them. I'm just gonna pretend like I don't.
Hey,
God,
it's whatever your name is. It's been such a long time since we dated. I've never met this person my entire life. Please get away from me.
yeah, that's a thing that I worry about. Like, if I ever were to actually become famous, just like
Oh
all these
yeah.
people coming, if they were just supposed just coming out the woodworks, just kind of like, hey, I remember you. It's like, no, 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 you don't.
Oh yeah.
All right,
You mean to get clout?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
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 just
yeah.
clout chasing. It's like, no, I don't
I
remember.
I completely understand that. I was more scared that well, I try to not reveal my real name. It has to do with my backstory as well. So my VTuber name is a combination of my real name, first name, and last name, and yeah, mixed up a little bit. Uh, and the thing is, it's kind of like a puzzle. If you want, you can try and decipher it, but I don't think anybody would ever get it because I messed it up way too much. And also, the reason why it ties it into my backstory is because yeah, and I don't want people to know me because I'm very shy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
And
that's a common thing with the VTuber community. It's like there's a reason people go the VTubing route.
but it's actually in my backstory. I just don't. Well, I just I'm not making this up. This is actually in my backstory. I've written my backstory down on paper. It's there. It's nothing is a lie. I just I'm too shy to reveal my real name. And my actual my lore is so I'm a magical being from a different dimension, and yeah, I don't
Is
want to
that
reveal more than that. And I have magical powers.
is that all of your backstory?
No, so there's more. I got stuck on Earth, especially or more
Yeah, go.
specifically South Africa, and I had to work in IT for a while to financially support myself, and eventually got into gaming and then streaming,
Ah.
which
That is
is
another thing. Since we only have like 5 minutes left, go a
oh
bit
yeah.
into your backstory.
Yeah, so that's well, that was most of it. So yeah, my backstory
Ah.
is magical being from a different dimension, got stuck in this planet, specifically South Africa, and then I had to financially support myself by working in the IT industry, which is something that actually happened in my life, and and yeah, now I am a gotten into streaming and VTubing, so it's not a lie. My backstory is actually real. I am a VTuber. Nothing is a lie. It's the truth.
What is wait? What is your character's like race? What are you? What kind of creature are you? What kind of magical creature?
Well,
Do you have that
there's
written
a
down?
reason why the reason why I haven't revealed it is also part of my backstory. I don't want to reveal
Oh,
it,
oh,
yet.
yet. Hmm?
It's like a thing of I need it. I need to trust my viewers, and I need to build up power to do certain things. But I also need to gain the trust by growing as a VTuber
Oh,
kind of thing. You get it?
cool. Yeah, yeah, I get it.
So,
I get it.
so the more I grow, the more I reveal about my backstory. So yeah, every sub counts towards the more of my backstory being revealed.
Oh, I've revealed everything, so I don't have the luxury of mystery. Uh,
It kind of started off as I wanted like a really obscure backstory, but I was like, no, but I wanted to have like a lot of truth in it. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just like have my real life and then add mystical elements to it. I was like, well, this is actually, except for those parts, it's actually basically the truth. I'm not lying at all. This is me. So I'm a
basically.
VTuber. That's what I'm gonna say.
I oh wait here 1 sec. Let me answer a text really quick, and then I
Oh
will
yeah, sure.
explain my backstory a little bit. Okay, so I actually don't. Did I even talk about my backstory with you? Does any
No,
of
you
this
haven't.
make sense? The halo, the stars. Does anything make sense?
Well, wait. I saw something. Wait, where was
I
it? Where
think
was it? Where
the only
was it?
thing you could pull off of is that I am an omniversal being.
Yeah, that's what
Also,
I saw in your Discord, Omniversal Author of Fate.
yeah,
So I assume you're some kind of quote unquote god that writes a story and that has something to do with your power.
yeah. I did want to mention here. I saw you collabed with V, the info dealer, but
Oh
um,
yeah, that's fun.
anyway, so my backstory is I am the omniversal author of multiple universes, or many
Oh,
universes. So I write the
oh,
stories, and those stories play out into universes.
oh,
And
that's cool.
so throughout all of these stories, they're very they follow very tragic characters.
Yeah.
And I always get these things from the people in my stories, just like I will never know what it's like, because I also have this thing called the Author's Council, which all of the main characters from these stories are all part of my council. So all people who have, in technicality, finished their story joins me in the author's council. And so I always get this thing like, I'll never know what it's like to be human. So what did I do? I came to this universe where I have little to no control over what the things happen in this universe. I'm not the author of this universe. And I came here and I touched down on Earth and I saw the birth of a child and took on his form. And so I touched down in Chicago and I lived the life of a child in Chicago.
All right,
And
that's pretty cool. I like stories with like a bit of a tragic backstory or like some kind of tragedy in it somehow, some form. I'll give a little bit of a sneak peek of what is to come to with my backstory. There is a tragedy element because I really like that aspect, but I'm not gonna reveal what it is until I grow bigger because that is the whole thing I'm going for. As the bigger I grow, the more I reveal. Um,
yeah.
I will add, eventually, this is the dream. If I can, I want to make some kind of visual novel that explains
Ooh.
like part of my backstory. But it'll be like a kind of short-ish type of thing, but it's like an explanation. But I will have to get an artist to collab with me on that because yeah. But that'll be like if I ever hit like 1 million subs or something, then the full story will come out. Yeah.
Nice.
So like little by little, I will reveal as I grow, and hopefully one day all of my story will be revealed.
Quite
But
interesting. Quite interesting.
but this podcast has been really fun. I really enjoyed this.
I love doing this podcast. It's always so much fun. Oh, also, here's my book. Here's the book that I put all the stories in. You can see it here. I have it here. Bam. I can make it appear and disappear.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I still have the Earth here. Right
I can also have my stuff appear on stream, but apparently I haven't had like a lot of let's chat type of things, because that's what usually when I put it on.
Okay. Yeah, I see the little moon, the crescent-shaped staff behind your character.
Yeah. So that can appear. I think in my debut stream, my live 2D debut stream. Oh, my accent's coming out a little bit. Anyway, there I actually revealed it, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
I'll have to check out that stream.
It was really fun. I wouldn't say it was perfect. It was really scuffed, but it was really fun. Like I had a lot of fun with the audience.
Oh, you should see my debut stream. It's a fucking mess. Holy shit.
As it should be.
Yeah. I did a whole like transformation thing.
If it's not a debut stream if it isn't scuffed.
You're right. God.
All right. How much time do you have left?
We're actually running over time, so I'm gonna add one last thing, and then we're gonna cap it here. If you actually go to my my debut rap, Authors Rising, you can actually see my character's true form.
Oh,
how they actually look. Yeah. But anyway,
Okay.
So we're running up our time here, so we're gonna have to cut it here. So anyway, any last things to mention to chat, or anyone watching this after?
Thank you, Disaster, for having me. Check me out on YouTube if you want to. And I run a meme account on Twitter, which is pretty cool.
Am I following you on Twitter? I better be. Oh wait, yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I found you on Twitter. I'm slow. Anyway.
I would hope so.
I would hope so.
Joke.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed this.
Thanks for coming on.
And check out my memes.
I will check out your memes, definitely. Check out them spicy memes. Anyway, I'm Disaster. This has been the Degeneration Podcast, episode 21, the podcast for the Degenerate Generation, signing off. And I'll see you guys, perhaps tomorrow, because I have off work. So maybe stream tomorrow. Definitely stream Monday. All right. I'll see you guys. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.